What is up, guys? Today we're going to take a close look at the Hephaestus P1 by Gamdias, which is a gaming headset with RGB headlights. Coming up right after this. What's up, guys? So, like I mentioned, today we're going to take a look at the Hephaestus P1, which is actually a RGB gaming headset made by Gamdias. And for those of you guys who are not familiar with Gamdias, I did a video on one of their gaming mouse and keyboard mats, or mouse mats, extended mat, you put a keyboard on it, whatever you want, a couple weeks ago. So I first discovered this company just about a few weeks ago, like I mentioned, and honestly I'm really impressed with the quality of stuff that these guys have been putting out and at the price tag. This bad boy is only worth 60 bucks on Amazon, and for those of you guys who will be interested in purchasing this after I give you a quick review of it, you can find that link in the description below and go ahead and make that purchase. Bear in mind it is an Amazon affiliate one, so I do get a teeny tiny commission if you do that. But with that being said, this is a USB corded headset, and the first thing I just want to say after showing this is that the quality of the actual cable is really nice. It's a braided cable. It's like your typical, gaming accessory kind of cable that you get with most things, like a nice quality mouse pad, or pretty much not mouse pad, nice quality mouse, or a keyboard that you might buy from Logitech or things of that nature, brands of that nature. Basically, Gamdias is, to me, it's a budget level / mid-level gaming accessory manufacturing company. They make gaming chairs, they make gaming keyboards, they make gaming mice, and of course, obviously they make gaming headsets. But I will say that for 60 bucks, this thing is a steal, okay? I mean, the quality on this, the build quality, just picking it up, it does not feel like some cheap Chinese-made stuff. This thing feels like it's very premium. I got a chance to play around with this for a couple of weeks before actually posting this review, and I was able to test it out with some games to see the 7.1 virtual sound, surround sound functionality, how good that actually was, and it was great. Playing games like Call of Duty, you could hear everything in the background in full surround sound kind of environment. So with that being said, like, I compared this to the Sony 7.1 PlayStation Gold headset, because that's actually the only other headset I have that's 7.1, and it's very similar. In fact, this headset for 60 bucks gets louder than the Sony's Gold headset. Now, this isn't gonna give you quality like, Beats or Sennheisers or Bose speakers. The audio clarity and quality is not that top notch. But with that being said, it's very, very, very good. And if you're considering that you want to stay on somewhat of a budget, you don't want to buy like an Astro A400 or Astro A200 or whatever, but overall the sound quality on this guy was impressive. Like, I was blown away. That is pretty good. Now, a couple things that I'll just get out of the way and gimmicky, because I don't want to downplay them, but I don't want you guys to think that it's something super cool. So on the website, they advertise these vents that they talk about, that they're super cooling vents and whatnot. Honestly, guys, I don't like to bullshit, but this is just gimmicky, okay? I'll be very honest. They don't heat up enough that they would need cooling. I think it just looks cool, and that factor alone still leaves it as a plus in my book. The other thing that's really cool is that it comes with a remote inline on the cable itself. I think this is a little bit big, but it is comfortable when you hold it in your hand. You've got your volume up and down button, and you also have a microphone button on there, so that if you're talking or communicating with anyone, you can use that pretty easily. There's also another button on the side, if you look at it there, that's to turn off the super bass or turn it on. And what super bass is, it essentially just adds an extra level of bass in it that shakes. It doesn't sound like, one of those really fancy serious systems that you hear in a car that has a loud amount of bass like that. You don't get that feel. You don't get the bass that you get from a pair of Beats. But it does add like a significant shake to it. Other than the sound quality being, pretty good, it's not bad at all, the build quality of this is really good. It's pretty flexible. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. You can squeeze this cushion to feel that it's got a nice amount of stiffness to it, and the earmuffs are very comfortable. They don't tire you out wearing them for a long time, which really matters for long gaming sessions. If you're playing and you want to keep headphones on that don't bother you, this is really good for that aspect. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. One of the other cool things that I want to show you guys real quick is the RGB settings. So the fact that this has RGB in it, I know you won't be able to see it while you're playing, but I think it's just a cool, nice to have thing. Like if you're in an environment, or you have people over, or you're sitting with someone and I don't know, you want to show it off, just like we do with all of our RGB stuff in a way. It's definitely something that's cool as an added feature on this headset. I don't think that there are many other headsets out there that allow this kind of level of functionality. There are some that do the same thing, but not many, especially none at this price point. So we'll hop over, I'll show you guys the actual software that it comes with for you to use and the different functionalities that happen or the different changes that come with those settings that you tweak. Guys, the software lets you actually cycle between whether you want to keep a single LED static on there, you want it to have breathing or flashing kind of simulation. It pretty much just depends on how you want to have the LED lights appear on the outside of the headphones. Like I mentioned, I mean, it's not something that you're going to be seeing while you're wearing them, obviously, but I think it does add a cool effect if you have a setup where you have all different kinds of LEDs in your rig or in your, your general area where you're using it. So it's a nice appeal to it. I think it's a nice feature. It's a nice added thing that gives a nice class of coolness or wow factor, if you want to call it. Now, one of the other things on the headset that I actually like, and this comes down to personal preference, these are adjustable, but they're not held by specific settings. So there's no like, here's an adjustable for setting 1, setting 2, setting 3. It's just kind of fully free like this. And you can just keep pulling it back and forth for each side to go like that. Your microphone will just come out like this, so it's like on the side, right in your face there, or wherever you want it, pretty much. But basically, the reason why I like this is because I think I have an uneven head. I think one of my ears is actually lower or higher than my other one. And so when I put this on, it's easy to actually find it match at the right settings. When you get some of those that have different settings, it's kind of weird how they fit if you don't have an even face like I do. But basically, trying to be jokes aside, I actually like the fact that you could do this. This isn't bad. I think it's definitely cool to be able to do that. I think some people didn't really like the fact that you can do that, but I think it's cool that you can adjust it to your face size or your head size accordingly and not get worried about holding them at a specific setting. So far, quality-wise, it's durable. It's held up pretty well. I mean, I haven't taken it out or done anything like that. I keep it here in my studio whenever I use it, but I've dropped it a few times on the table lightly like that, and nothing's really happened to it. So honestly, guys, this is a solid buy. I think that if you're looking for a gaming headset and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on it, 60 bucks is manageable. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. Go ahead and try one out. With Amazon, the best thing is if you don't like something or there's something wrong, they have a very generous return policy, so you guys should be fine in the event that you don't like it. But again, if you're on a budget and you want something that's very nice, not some cheap flimsy stuff, 60 bucks will do the trick. The Hephaestus P1, my high recommendation, guys. Go ahead and definitely buy this. And until then, guys, I will see you guys on my next video.